भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्णा पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृदयन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सताम्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 18, Verse 1 to 3. Verse 1. Maitreya Uvacha Ittam Pruthum Vishtuya Rusha Prasfuritadharam Punara Hava Nirbhita Samstabhyatmanamatmana. Synonyms. Maitreya Vacha. The great saint Maitreya continued to speak. Itham, thus. Pruthum, unto King Prithu. Abhishtutya, after offering prayers. Rusha, in anger. Prasfurita, trembling. Adharam, his lips. Punha, again. Aha, she said. Avanihi, the planet Earth. Bhita, in fear. Samstabhya, after settling. Atmanam, the mind. Atmana, by the intelligence. Translation. The great saint Maitreya continued to address Vidura. My dear Vidura, at that time, after the planet Earth finished her prayers, King Prithu was still not pacified, and his lips trembled in great anger. Although the planet Earth was frightened, she made up her mind and began to speak as follows in order to convince the king. Text number 2. सन्नियच्छाभिभो मन्युं निबोधश्रावितं च मे सर्वतः सारमादत्ते यथा मधुकरो बुधः. Synonym. Sanniyacha, please pacify. Abhibo, O king. Manyum, anger. Nibodha, try to understand. Shravitam, what is said. Cha, also. May, by me. Sarvataha, from everywhere. Saram, the essence. Adatte, takes yatha, as. Madhukaraha, the bumblebee. Bodhaha, an intelligent person. Translation. My dear Lord, please pacify your anger completely and hear patiently whatever I submit before you. Please turn your kind attention to this. I may be very poor, but a learned man takes the essence of the knowledge from all places, just as the bumblebee collects honey from each and every flower. Text 3. अस्मिन् लोके त्वा मुष्मिन् मुनिभिस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः दृष्टा योगः प्रयुक्ताश्च पुंसां श्रेयः प्रसिद्धये. Synonyms. Asmin, in this. Loke, duration of life. Athva, or amasmin, in the next life. Munibihi, by the great sages. Tattva, the truth. Darshibihi, by those who have seen it. Drishtva, prescribe. Yoga, methods. Prayukta, applied. Cha, also. Pumsam, of the people in general. Shreyaha, benefit. Prasiddhaye, in the matter of obtaining. Translation. To benefit all human society, not only in this life but in the next, the great seers and sages have prescribed various methods conducive to the prosperity of the people in general. Purport. Vedic civilization takes advantage of the perfect knowledge presented in Vedas and presented by great sages and Brahmanas for the benefit of human society. Vedic injunctions are known as Shruti, and the additional supplementary presentation of this principle as given by the great sages are known as Smriti. They follow the principle of Vedic instruction. Human society should take advantage of the instruction from both Shruti and Smriti. If one wants to advance in spiritual life, he must take this instruction and follow the principles. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Srila Rupa Goswami says that if one possesses himself as advanced in spiritual life but does not refer to Shrutis and Smritis, he is simply a disturbance in society. One should follow the principles laid down in the Shrutis and Smritis, not only in one's spiritual life, but in material life as well. As far as the human society is concerned, it should follow the Manusmriti as well. For this, laws are given by Manu, the father of mankind. In Manusmriti, it is stated that you woman should not be given independence, but should be protected by her father, husband, and elderly sons. In all circumstances, a woman should remain dependent upon some guardian. Presently, women are given full independence like men, but actually, we can see that such independent women are no happier than those women who are placed under guidance. If people follow the injunctions given by the great sages, Shrutis and Smritis, they can actually be happier in both this life and next. Unfortunately, rascals are manufacturing so many ways and means to be happy. Everyone is inventing so many methods. Consequently, human society has lost the standard ways of life, both materially and spiritually. And as a result, people are bewildered and there is no peace or happiness in the world. Although they are trying to solve the problems of human society in the United Nations, they are still baffled because they do not follow the liberated instructions of the Vedas. They are unhappy. Two significant word used in this verse are asmin and amusmin. Asmin means in this life and amusmin means in the next life. Unfortunately, in this age, even exalted professors and learned men believe that there is no next life and that everything is finished in this life. Since they are rascals and fools, what advice can they give? Still, they are passing as learned scholars and professors. In this verse, the word amusmin is very explicit. It is the duty of everyone to mold his life in such a way that he will have profitable next life. Just as a boy is educated in order to become happy later. One should be educated in this life in order to attain an eternal and prosperous life after death. It is therefore essential that people follow what is given in the Shrutis and Smritis to make sure that the human mission is successful. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Ramapada Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshitarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I would like to seek blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas and thank you for giving me opportunity to purify myself. Please forgive me for any shortcomings. So, in the verse 1, King Prithu was not pacified and his lips trembled in the great anger. Although the planet Earth was frightened, and she made up the mind and began to speak as follows to convince the king. So she says, I may be poor, but learned man takes the essence of knowledge from all the places, just like a bumblebee collects the honey from each and every flower. So we have to take whatever valuable things, just like a bumblebee who always look for the essence, nectar, and we also have to look for the opportunities of for the Krishna consciousness, not for the fault finding. And the verse third is to benefit all the human society, not only in this life but in the next. The great seers and the sages have prescribed various methods conducive to the prosperity of the people in general. Instruction of the great sages can be utilized for practical purposes. Such person enjoy the life and pleasure. Here, the Vedic injunctions means Shruti and Smriti. So, Vedic knowledge is other thing we call Shabda Pramana, which is hearing from Supreme Lord Krishna. And the Smriti means the literature which is written according to Vedic principles. For example, Bhagavad Gita, Puranas. These are all authorized sources. So, human society should take the advantage of the instructions from Shruti and Smriti. And if one possesses himself as advanced in the spiritual life but does not refer to the Shrutis and Smritis, he is simply a disturbance to the society. So, one Shrutis and Smritis to be followed in both spiritual and material life. And human society should follow the Manusmriti. And in Manusmriti, it says woman should not be given independence. She should the protection by the father, husband, and elderly sons. Independent women are not happier. And then rascal manufacturing so many ways to happy. Human society lost the standard ways of life, both materially and spiritually. And they try to solve the problems in the United Nations, and still they are baffled and not following liberated instruction of the Vedas, and that's why they are unhappy. Exalted learned men believe that there is no next life and that everything is finished in this life. Since they are rascals and fools, what advice can they give? And in this verse, the two significant words used, which are asmin and amusmin. Asmin means in this life, present life, and amusmin means in the next life. Unfortunately, in this age, even exalted professor and learned men believe that there is no next life, that everything is finished in this life. Duty of everyone to mold his life in such a way that he will have profitable next life. Just like a boy is educated in order to become happy later, one should be transcendental, Krishna conscious in this life in order to attain an eternal and prosperous life after death. And after death, one has to go to Goloka or serve lotus feet of Krishna. That should be the main goal. And by following the by following the principles which are laid down by the great sages and saints of the past, we can very easily understand the aim of all life. In demographic government, all kinds of fools and rascals are making decisions and act something today just to whimsically repeat it tomorrow. One political party utilizes country for one purpose, and next moment another political party forms a different type of government and nullifies all the laws and regulation. And this process of chewing chewed in Bhagavatam 7.5.30, Prahlad Maharaj says, Matirna Krishne Paratasvatova Mitho Pipate Gruha Pratanam Adanta Gobir Vishatam Tamishram Punah Punaschar Vitacharvananam. So this chewing, the process of chewing chewed, will never make human society happy. Prahlad Maharaj says, because of their uncontrolled senses, persons too addicted to the materialistic life make progress towards hellish conditions and repeatedly chew that which has already been chewed. Their inclination toward Krishna are never aroused, either by the instruction of others, by their own efforts, or by a combination of both. In order to make all human society happy and prosperous, we should accept the standard methods given by the liberated people. The key lessons in this all three verses are, if something valuable exists, we have to accept that like a bumblebee. Then, how one should control the senses and total to the Krishna consciousness and progress one's spiritual life. And the most important three instructions are given by Prithu Maharaj are: one, keep Krishna in center of the life and follow injunctions of Shruti and Smriti. Second, association with the saintly or pure devotee and serve them nicely. And the third, perform sacrifices and austerities. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpa tarupyascha krupa sindhubha evacha patitanam pavanepyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Anantakoti Vaishnavavrinda.